some of Jeff's skills. Maybe it's time. Do you know what? I think I've seen 3 Dandenong City games, and they've all been on the road. They play some lovely football. And I'm surprised coming here tonight that the pitch is the way it is.
Oh, not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hasn't been good there for a while.
For a team who play really nice football, I would have thought it would have been.
No, it hasn't been good here for a long time.
What's the problem? 2 low lines, so no plays, you just get 12.
I don't know. I've never seen a game where it's been nice.
They're a good side. Do you know what? They could be a sleeper to finish in the game. I don't think they're going to do anything yet, but they play.
Where are they now? Ninth?
They're just outside. They're a point behind Hume, but Hume, the thing with Hume is Hume just looks really solid. Hume just looks hard to break down. And they're knocking off the teams they should knock off. And I guess, in some ways, overperforming against sides they should beat.
Melbourne Knights are President's Fit today, I think.
They're in
Yeah, they got
South.
We'll see.
I think South, now that they figured out how to win a game again, they should.
Oh, they'll get out of relegation. Yeah.
But they're not going to do anything.
Other than that, they need to finish
They're going to finish like 9th
at best. Like,
overperforming essentially in single digits. I think 10th they're a lot.
I think, yeah.
Because Altona are worse, Port are worse, Knights are way worse, and then who else are? St Albans?
Pre-kick-off sound check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Wonderful.
Have a good game.
Should I turn it back off and then go when they walk?
Going to watch this is late.
Good evening on a dark and drizzly Tuesday night of Dockerty Cup action, and welcome to Dandenong for another chapter in a tournament that's been going for well over a century. It is Dandenong City against Brunswick City. A truly, truly important cup clash for both sides. My name is Ethan Rigg, and welcome wherever you're watching in Victoria, around the nation, or indeed across the globe, for what promises to be a bit of a tantalising Tuesday night tangle between two sides who have not faced each other since 2023, when Dandenong City were victorious 1-0 in league play. In fact, Brunswick City's last win against tonight's hosts was at this ground in 2016. So quite a while these two have had to wait to face each other once again. For Hajduk, they have been simply superb throughout the month of April and into May as well. 6 straight wins, only softened by a late Lions leveller in Preston on Friday night. But a victory in the Cup midweek sets them up well for a massive derby in a few days' time. And it also extinguishes the slight sour taste that a last-minute draw can bring for Brunswick. It's been a bit patchy since their last Cup win. Victory over Moreland City, but then a rough night against Melbourne City's youngsters, a rebound against Eastern Lions before defeat against Fitzroy has them 5th in VPL 1. But in the Cup, you wouldn't know it. They were far too good for Mill Park last time, absolutely mauling them 7-1. And for Dandenong City, they were far too good for Goulburn Valley. A 4-1 win in what was a bit of a rout in the end. But we'll take you through the lineups just before kick-off for the hosts. And it is Matthew Marum who gets the nod in between the sticks. Jack Webster, who scored the winner the last time these two sides faced, starts. Brad Plant, Kenny Atiyu, Vali Chesnick, Jordan Gassim, Diego Cuba, Jake Noble, George Lambadaridis, Nathan Hancock and Jackson Leno. And for Brunswick City, a massive night ahead for them. On a wet night in Dandenong, cup action of pivotal importance. Dockerty Cup, of course, Victoria's precursor to the Australia Cup. And we're heading towards that phase in this competition. It'll be the visitors who are in navy blue tonight to kick us off. Hoping, of course, that they can cause one of the cup sets and look to go long straight away. There's Olshawn. Cut out by Jackson Leno. Ran down the line. Brunswick City might have it break for them early. Hancock stepped in, and for the visitors, we will get into those starting lineups. Nicholas Mooney starts in goal. Sion Farpoy, Dylan Olshawn, Austin Wong, Samuel McCall, Kobe Timms, Brian Figueroa, Atai Ibrahim, Dylan McGlade, Kamil Halgazi, and James Macarunas as well. Timms searched it, trying to make life as hard as possible on the press. Dandenong City with it early, but here's Figueroa down the line for Olshawn, who's looked with a devilish switch. It might just sit up on a wet night, usually have some grease, but with the amount of rain we've had today in the southeast, the ball just might hold up a touch more. Absolutely no risks being taken by Noble, who managed to keep it in the end. Throw-in taken, flicked on. Lovely darting run, and Dandenong City can open it up. It's worked wide for Plant. Face to face with Figueroa, dropped it inside. Turning was Cuba. Gassim. Switched it for Noble. Quick one down the line. Chesnick looking to twist and turn, could only whip it into the arms of Nicholas Mooney, whose first involvement for this evening is a rather comfortable one. Just wanting to roll. Brunswick, of course, facing NPL opposition for the first time in this season's cup run. It's a side they're familiar with. Worked down the line. Read best by Farpoy, who couldn't clear too well. Wong was there to clean up. All the way back for Mooney. Went to clear his lines. It held up. It's a bit of a breezy evening tonight as well. So the long ball will be interesting on both sides. That's a sharp read in midfield by McGlade. A twist and turn. Dropped it into Macaronis. And now they can look to break. Lino read it best. Had to dive in. Sharp footwork from Plant, but he ran out of room while trying to drift down the left-hand side. Figueroa's throw. To go along. Lino won it up. It's fired into Gassim. Lino stabbed at it again. Olshawn trying to dance his way beyond two. Drew in the press. Was able to keep it, but Dandenong City wanting to press high already. Hajduk on the hunt, wanting to make this as uncomfortable for Brunswick as possible. Visitors on the search of a cup set. Are we to have more drama? Another sprinkling of it that has only truly been gifted to the Dockerty Cup this season. Free kick taken very quickly. Wong switch. Out towards McGlade. Face to face with Noble. McGlade tried to shift an angle for a shot. Went all the way back. McCall, and there was a whip into the area. And similar to his counterpart, Marum is able to claim pretty calmly for his first involvement this evening. And the venture from his goal, wanting to draw the press, looked to go long towards Atiyu, wanted to drift in behind. Farpoy one up. Worked it down the line well. Another switch on. That's a smashing ball out to Olshawn. Lino didn't quite judge it correctly, and Olshawn has an opportunity to go. Had options left and right. Olshawn wanted to curl it! Maroon not taking any risks, and Brunswick have the first corner. Beautiful, beautiful curling effort from Olshawn. Dipped devilishly towards that top corner. Man who has been in fine form this season. He is Brunswick's top scorer, 7 in 15 in league play. This corner's taken, sat right on top of Maroon, who had to parry. City look to clear their lines, and they might be able to spark a counter as a chance of it. Atay Ibrahim tried to get in the way, deflected it off Atiyu. Brunswick reset, Hegazi. Ibrahim. Those two just allowing Brunswick to get their shape back and to get a bit of control as it so nearly opened up for Hajduk to maraud forward on the break. Is Atay Ibrahim. Dandenong City press doing well. Forces him all the way back to Mooney, who has to lump it long in the end. Hancock took it down, rolled it to Webster. They work it well. McGlade trying to press incredibly hard up against Noble. In the end, City do well. Webster wanted to just clear his lines. Tim's cut it out. Lofted into the channel. Farpoy read it best. Atiyu thought about the pursuit and then gave up on it. Both sides wanting to settle into this contest. It's been a start where opportunities have been scarce, as you would expect on a night like this. Conditions not really allowing either team to get into a groove. It is a blisteringly cold and blustery evening. Brunswick worked one into the channel. Lino cut out the ball. Atiyu tried to make it work with a flick on. They'll trickle all the way back to Mooney. In a hurry to start it again. Farpoy, that's a beautiful ball into the channel. McCall can make it work. Brunswick all of a sudden are in. Lofted it towards the back post. And Brad Plant was first on the scene. Conceded a corner, but was alert to the danger. Brunswick wanting to burst out of the blocks. City caught a couple of times. Allshawn wanted to have a drive. Didn't quite catch it as sweet as he would have wanted to. But a couple of early looks for Brunswick City. You can see in that setup are looking to get those fullbacks as high as possible. They want to catch Dandenong City out on the break. Trying to draw that press into them and exploit the space left in behind. McCall executed it perfectly. That might drop a little bit short. Atiyu hot on the press. Clearance not great. Here is Chesnick. Trying to dance beyond 2, beyond 3. Chesnick twisting, turning. Rolled it wide for Plant. Lifted it for Atiyu. Deflected off the post, off the bar. Chesnick couldn't turn it in. Brunswick clear their lines. Dandenong City dumbfounded as to how they've not gone ahead. A beautiful ball from Plant, lofted in for Atiyu. A superb save, touched onto the post. Chesnick couldn't keep his header down. But two golden, glaring opportunities. For Hajduk to hammer their way in front. Brunswick City blushes spared. Atiyu's flick on. Need to find Chesnick again. McCall came away with it. Farpoy cleared. Webster tried to make it a tussle. Switched out again to Allshawn, who's been a bright spark early. He can go at Lino again. Options left and right. Waited for the overlap. Worked it down the line for Figueroa. Stood one up to the back stick. In the end, it will be another Brunswick corner. Noble this time, taking no prisoners, no risks whatsoever. And you understand the nature of this sport sometimes is when you surrender an opportunity at one end, your opponents get one at another. It is another Brunswick City corner. Swung in towards that near post. Plank cleared it away. McGlade. Drifted inside. McGlade wanted to go from distance. Got too much on it in the end. It will be a goal kick. Three early Brunswick corners. None yet to come to fruition. And Dandenong City hoping that early miss, those early two misses, are not costly. Lob towards Atiyu, battled with Ibrahim. Kenny Atiyu did wonderfully well. Plant, that's a smashing flick. Atiyu wanted to go down the line. Instead, worked it for Chesnick, who had a stumble. McCall benefited. Drifted beyond 2, beyond 3 wonderfully. McCall on a darting run. Worked it wide for McGlade. Brunswick City in again. McGlade cutting inside, looking to curl one. And Maroon did well. Parried to take the sting. And then had to claim Cooley. But Brunswick City are knocking on the door. That's a teasing ball in towards Atiyu, who might get there first. Wasn't exactly judged perfectly, but judged well enough in the end. It's worked once again to Allshawn, who looked to go on the switch. Lino Preston cut his options. That's where Kenny Atiyu's been getting a lot of joy so far. When Marum's gone long, he's had the space in behind. Thumping clearance from Timms. Looked to go on the switch. Noble one up. Will be a Brunswick City throw. Farpoy for Atay Ibrahim. Beat the press of Atayu. And then nearly ran himself into trouble. Worked it back. Farpoy. McCall. McGlade. McGlade, ex of Blythe Spartans in England and Cork City as well over in the Republic of Ireland. So plenty of pedigree on the British and Irish Isles. There's also a feature for Bray Wanderers. It's players of immense talent in this Brunswick City side. James Macaronis as well, of course, 9 goals in 13 in Australia's youth setups, as it's not long towards Atayu. Mooney came off his line to claim. Rolled it quickly for Farpoy. Gave it away. Chesnick. Dancing his way beyond 2. Face to face with McCall. Chesnick breezed beyond him. Tried to stand it up. Farpoy got the clearing header. McCall calm and collected. Brunswick City clear their lines. Farther than Hancock, who skipped inside beautifully. Now Plant. Face to face with Figueroa. Plant wanting to drift and dance his way beyond wonderfully. Plant still going. Rolled it across the face. Ibrahim in the right place at the right time. Figueroa clipped one up the line towards Allshawn. Lino pressed, maybe a touch overzealously. Brunswick City get a free kick and a bit of a pressure release. Allshawn did well to win that. Ibrahim looks to loft it into the channel. Lino's header. Plant. Tried to clip it round the corner for Atayu. Ibrahim swept up. All the way back for Mooney. And hooked it long. Hancock got up highest. Flicked on by Gassim. Won in well by Hegazi, who wants to drift. Switched looking for Allshawn, who made that work and then gave it away. Atayu can turn. Starved of options, waited for Chesnick. Who's happy to hold it up. All the way back for Noble. Webster. Once again, this time switching out for Hancock. Lino. Quick 1-2 with Plant. That's a smashing return as well. Allshawn tried to recover, did brilliantly. Superb timing on that challenge from Dylan Allshawn. Jackson Lino was looking to absolutely bomb down that left-hand side. His throw taken quickly for Atayu. Got a touch. One came away with it and now has room to run. Face to face with Hancock, drifted inside of him. Webster cut that ball out. Hegazi was marauding forward. Dandenong City defensive shape held well enough. Hancock for Lino, that's a lovely channel splitter. Now for Plant. It goes at Figueroa again. Beautifully timed challenge, clipped towards the channel. Wong was hustled, pressed, ran out of room in the end. Dandenong City throw. Lino looked long for Atayu. Bill from Timms for a foul waved away. Mooney for Farpoy. Last time Brunswick City won here was in 2016. A year in which they did the double over Dandenong City. Nearly a decade ago now. That's a smashing clip into the channel for Figueroa, who's got beyond Lino. Figueroa jarted it back in towards the 6-yard box. Noble cleared his lines. Plant did well to keep his feet. Rolled it in towards Atiyu. Ibrahim slid in. Atiyu made it work. Gave it back to Plant. Tried to get beyond Figueroa. And wins a free kick in the end. And this might be Hajduk's first opportunity since those two misses. One a super save onto the post and then a header onto the bar. To bring Brunswick City some discomfort. Free kick. Webster's gone forward. Atiyu's in there too. Hancock's gone to join as well. Cuba's whip, teasing ball to the back stick. Webster nearly got a flick again. It was too long in the end for everybody. Will be a goal kick. On a night like this, you get the feeling set pieces are going to be so important to cause a scramble, to cause any sort of goal. They create chaos. And on a night where the conditions don't really suit free-flowing football, that may well be our difference maker. It's Maroon. Takes his time, then takes the venture. Looks to go long. Atiyu again into the channel towards him. Mooney came a long way and did wonderfully. Hooked it clear, looked for Allshawn. Lino got the header. Agazi tried to make it work. Hancock drifted his way in. Showed his frustration as Allshawn for Brunswick City. Clever ball. Hegazi switching for McGlade. Couldn't get beyond Noble. Read it wonderfully. Cuba. All the way back for Webster. Back with Diego Cuba again. Waited for Hegazi's press. Couldn't get it beyond Timms. Won his own ball back. McCall's press. McGlade, the beneficiary. Looking to drive his way inside. McGlade kept going. Twisting, turning, and firing into the palms of Maroon. It's another Brunswick chance. Maroon lofted it for Lino. Plant had a go. Lino couldn't get enough on it. Figueroa wanted to advance. Lino pulled him back. And in breaking that up, will be the game's first booking. A truly tactical foul from Jackson Lino. Figueroa was on his way. And Brunswick City so far are causing Hajduk frustration, and you can see it. Defensively, the setup has been rigid so far, but they've looked to play when they've had it. Created the better of the chances as well. It's Plant, Hancock, win up. Lino clipped it in. Timms just flung a leg out. City might be able to go on the break. Lampadaridis tried to clip one into the channel for Atiyu. Timms clipped it wide for McCall. Once again, Brunswick City might have a chance. McGlade, Wong, lovely, beautiful 1-2. Wong gave it back to McGlade. His dummy, Hegazi's fire! Brunswick, Bedlam! They hit the front against Dandenong City with a wonderful move. McCall won it back. McGlade just drifted his way along. Hegazi took up the space, rolled it into the bottom corner with the coolest of finishes. And having caused that momentum in the early exchanges, Brunswick City hit the front. Hegazi hammering the visitors ahead. And Dandenong City now in need of a response. We've seen a few cup sets already this Dockerty Cup season. And at the moment, we could be on our way for yet another. And Alshorn is wanting to double it. Went up against Hancock. Gassim wanted to sweep up the danger. Hammer it into Higazi. Don't you love a cup game? Figueroa's throw. Lampadaridis one in. Again taken quickly. That space in midfield has been where they've looked to find so much joy, and once again they make it scrappy. Webster did well. Worked wide to Plant, wanted to roll Atiyu down the line. Ibrahim read it wonderfully. Managed well enough to keep it in play. Lino hooked it clear. Taken down by Cuba, who kept it for Dandenong City. Lino's throw, they're in need of a response. Atiyu won it up and won a free kick. Atai Ibrahim just a bit too heavily into the back of him. Is it time for the hosts to land an almost immediate response? There is only one remedy to going a goal down, and that is to find your leveller as soon as possible. It is Cuba's free kick, whips it into a dangerous area. Too much contact. Mooney nearly made a bit of a hash of it. Brunswick City free kick, taken quickly by Ibrahim. Farpoy couldn't find McGlade. Noble. Webster, who's drifted forward, rolls it into the path of Kenny Atiyu. Mooney off his line to make a quick save. Chesnick headed it back into the area. It swung away. Alshorn against Lino, who's already been on a booking. But on this occasion, read that wonderfully. Got the pace on the turn. Maroon hooked it long for Plant. Cuba just about kept it in. Ibrahim mopped up. Lofted it into the channel. Hancock. Now Wong. Again out wide for Alshorn on the Rabona. Hancock won it up. Webster cleared his lines. Atiyu wanted to get it under. Porter win up from Timms, who then came away with it. Figueroa pressed by Plant. Brunswick City throw. Figueroa looked for Alshorn. Lino got up. Lampadaridis. Noble lofted it for Atiyu. The flag stayed down. Atiyu's touch. Mooney was off his line quickly. But that is where Dandenong City have looked such a threat in this first half, when they've been able to get Kenny Atiyu in between the two centre halves. He's been such a threat, drifting through that central channel. The movement has been wonderful. Here's Alshorn. And Brunswick go the other way. Lovely clip back for Timms, who stood it up. McGlade nearly made a darting run. Webster got it away. Plant now has room to roam. Waiting on his options. Cuba drifted down the line. Plant kept going. Atiyu's touch. Cuba up against the retreating Figueroa. Fizzed it in. Farpoy, then Figueroa cleared. Only as far as Diego Cuba, who wanted Lino to advance. Gassim. Cuba. Quickly down the line for Lino. Now Plant. The City works something. That's wonderful defensive work. Cleared out to Hancock. Webster. Wide for Noble. Face to face with McCall. Smashing ball into the channel. Chesnick twisting, turning. Atiyu looking to stab at the near post. Mooney did wonderfully well. Off his line to claim it so coolly as Kenny Atiyu once again was lurking. Lofting long. Webster's touch. Lovely ball. Chesnick. Back for Webster. Splits the channels into Cuba. Now Chesnick. Back for Noble. Look for Lambadaridis. Oh, lovely touch from Cuba. Chesnick continued his run. Flung one in towards Atiyu on the volley. Hooked it wide. Figueroa watched it out. And Brunswick City doing just enough at the moment to not really give Dandenong City a clear-cut look. Holding the slenderest of leads. Mooney's goal kick. Gassim read it best. Back for Noble. Webster. Hancock. Clipped it into the channel. The Cuba made a teasing run but went too early. Flag raised. But that is where Hajduk have posed such a threat. The channels is where they can get at this Brunswick City side. Who were just sitting in a little bit, wanting to consolidate that lead. They went for a flurry in a 5-minute burst, having scored the opener. Lovely touchdown. McGlade had a go. They'll reset once again. Half an hour gone in this game already. Brunswick City with the opener, with the lead, on the road in Dandenong. Maroon sold Lambadaridis short. Hegazi kept it alive. They're looking to go again, Brunswick. They win another corner. Hancock had to get in the way. Can they double their advantage before half-time? A second goal would be huge for them if it were to come. Fizzed in towards the near post again, flicked on. Falls all the way to Ibrahim's shot. Maroon happy to claim. Kobe Timms was given far too much room of that near post to drift into. It's Maroon. Looks to lift it for Atiyu. Tried to chest it down for Lambadaridis. Wong and Timms worked it out well. Hancock went in, but it will be a Brunswick City free kick. Studs maybe raised the touch too high. Hegazi made a darting run. If Farpoy was to take it quickly. He looks to lift it out towards Allshawn. Lino got up, had to concede the throw-in. Figueroa's take. Face to face with Lino, lobbed it into the area. Webster cleared it. Atiyu up against Ibrahim. Did well to win it. Timms recycled to Farpoy. It goes all the way home for Mooney. Quick 1-2 clipped well enough around the corner for McCall. Dandenong City wanting to go on the press. Pays off in the end. Lambadaridis wins it back. Chesnick just waited for options left and right. Gassim provided him with one. Jackson Lino now stepping inside for the shot. Took a deflection. Will be a Dandenong City corner. Another chance for them to get themselves level. To just try and write a little bit off of a first half of frustration for the hosts. Whipped in towards the back post. Tim's got up highest. Noble. One cleared. Anywhere would have done. Gassim. All the way back from Maramu. Look long for Atayu. Webster continued his run. Mooney, alert to the danger and was sharply off his line. Jack Webster was darting into that back post. And it's given away. Atayu might be able to pounce on an error. Webster, who stayed forward, rolled it for Lambadaridis. Crucial foot in. Absolutely crucial foot in. And now Brunswick City can go on the break. Wong's leading the charge. Gave it to Alshorn. Wants to isolate Lino again. Fizzed it out to the edge. Hegazi twisting, turning, kept it alive. Went down, penalty shouts waved away. And he lost the boot in the process. Farpoy cut it inside, wanted to go for Alshorn. Lino got the touch. Cheekily lofted in. McGlade turning. Couldn't get a clean shot away again. Deflected out for another Brunswick City corner. My word, they've been devastating on the break in this first half. And you can feel a bit of the frustration in this place as another corner's lofted in towards Atayu, who cleared his lines. Wong on the shot. Via a deflection, another corner.
Table! If you have to come off, you have to come off!
Taken again deep towards that back stick. Hancock got in the way this time. Chesnick hooked it clear. McCall to recycle for Brunswick City. McGlade. Lovely ball out wide. The issues they're looking to cause. Fantastic turn in by Makarunas. Atayu doing battle with McCall, who read the situation well. Farpoy lunged in the end. Hegazi made it work. The flag has stayed down. Timms drifting, turning it inside. Maroom had to get a touch. He's protesting that he didn't get a touch, but it is another Brunswick City corner. It just opened up for Kobe Timms, who got a yard to have a shot. They all stood off him. And it is another corner. Fizzed in towards that near post. Flicked away. Only as far as Hegazi. Alshorn looking to clip one in. Another teasing ball. Atayu hooked it. Plant flicked it on. Atay Ibrahim wanting to reload. Maroom came and claimed. Thought about the long ball. Went to Lino instead. Hancock. 10 minutes plus stoppage time until the break. Dandenong City in need of an equaliser, in search of an equaliser. It's Lino. Cuba. Gassim, now Hancock. Lino down the line for Plant. Gave it back to him, looked to hook it inside. Wong flung a leg out at it. Webster. Gassim. Hooked it in for Hancock, who looked to go on the switch for Chesnick. McCall did wonderfully well to win up. He judged that superbly. In swirling and uncomfortable conditions. Had to time that to perfection. Because otherwise Chesnick was lurking. Webster. Out wide, Noble tried to fire it in. Too tall for everyone again and too deep. Brunswick City goal kick. And since that goal, Dandenong City have looked to take more control of the situation. Have wanted them more likely, but when Brunswick City have gone forward, they've looked so potent as Plant wants to flick on. Figueroa's throw down the line to Alshorn. Plant won it up. Flick on from Gassin against Macaronis. Wong hooked it. Alshorn giving chase to Lino, had to hook it out. Lofted in towards Higazi. He's twisting, turning at his back, and has won a penalty. Hancock's pulled down, and Higazi has given Brunswick City the opportunity to double their lead from the spot. He was not allowed to move. Hancock's contact. Higazi went down. And Macaronis now has the chance to land a hammer blow to Hajduk hopes of going into half-time level. For those in white, this was not in the script. And for those in navy blue, this may be beyond their wildest imaginations coming into it. The penalty has been confirmed. Quick discussion between officials. And a yellow card for Nathan Hancock for his pull down on Higazi. And a yellow card as well to Jack Webster for dissent. So both Dandenong City centre-backs in the book prior to half-time. That is some tightrope they may have to walk in the second half. 3 of the back 4 in the book. Jackson Lino booked early. Macaronis' penalty. Huge save! Follow-up is turned in! Brunswick City double their lead. Maroon read the spot kick. Macaronis followed in. And Dandenong City dread settles in. Brunswick City double their lead. They could not have wished for a better first half.
Terry, just watch what happens to Kenny every time. So you set the standard now, you better keep it going there. Not different. You make decisions.
Beyond their wildest imaginations. They are 2 up at Frank Hahn. And all of a sudden, Dandenong City are in need of a response. They're looking to get one through Chesnick immediately. Atai Ibrahim cleared his lines. This is the beauty of the cup right now. What you are witnessing is Hancock clips one in towards Lino. Ibrahim hustles him out without winning a corner, without giving away a corner.
Now, that's the funniest part of the whole game. He's overruled it, doesn't know what to do. That's the problem. He's shitting himself.
Dandenong City dumbfounded. Still in protest over that penalty. As we are heading towards the possibility of 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Chesnick wanted to win up. Cuba did in the end. Hooked it only as far as Timms. Webster and him have a game of pinball. McGlade for Wong, who took that down wonderfully. That's nearly a smashing ball. Lino's read was lovely to cut that out, and crucial. Cuba flicked it on. Chesnick. Figueroa wanted to hustle him, tried to find Atayu. Mooney. Just wanted it to clear his lines. They're wanting a flag. And it does get raised in the end. Makaruna's just going a touch too early. Hancock fired that on the switch. McCall's header. Wong took a touch. Tried to slide in, but Hajduk come away with it. Webster. Rolled it down the line. Plant wanted to turn. McCall's challenge. Maybe a bit robust. It will be a Dandenong City free kick. And having been on the search for an equaliser, they are now on the hunt for a way back into this game as we do enter 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. What can they conjure? What does it have in store for us? Cuba's free kick. Ibrahim's header. Flicked away for Kassim, why not? Super tip from Mooney. Dandenong City corner, that was a searing strike from Jordan Kassim. Type of go they've been looking to work. Hajduk corner. Fizzed in towards the near post. Cleared away. Plant on the volley. Brunswick won a whistle that never came. Fizzed back into the area. Cleared once more, only as far as Plant, who clipped it towards that far post, but too tall for anyone again. It was a scramble for Brunswick City to clear their lines. They didn't quite get it done, but Brad Plant just looking to stand it up for someone at the back stick. Applied too much on it. How big it would be for Brunswick City to see it through to half-time at 2 ahead. Atayu is looking to throw a spanner into the works of those plans. Hajduk throw. First half dying embers. Dandenong City free kick. Instead, Cuba fired it in. Ibrahim got it clear. And they have yet another one in a more promising position.
He's blowing out the free kick because he made a mistake and he's given it up. That's not a free kick.
This might be their chance. This might be their final chance to go into half-time with the deficit halved. Already we've seen some giant killings in the Cup this season. Dandenong City right now, desperate not to be added to that list. It is Diego Cuba's free kick. Too much loft. Over the top in the end. And having had a late flurry, it may not come to fruition to round out this first half. Despite a couple of late looks, it will be Hajduk heads in hands at the break. For Brunswick City, they are buoyant. 2 up at the break, and having looked threatening on the counter, Dandenong City with some questions to answer at half-time. Brunswick will be hoping the second half offers much of the same. We will find out whether it does after the half-time break. As we enter it at Frank Holohan, it is Dandenong City 0, Brunswick City 2. Players emerging from the tunnel after the half-time break. Dandenong City find themselves 2-0 down to Brunswick City, but from what we understand, a couple of changes are being prepped on the Hajduk bench during the interval. See if they can claw their way back into a cup tie, which at the moment is turning into a cup set. The Dockerty Cup drama and chaos continues. It is endless with every passing round. You get something thrown up that you never quite expect. That is the beauty of our game. And what a wonderful, wonderful game it is as Corey Sewell and Thomas Giannakopoulos both make their way on for Dandenong City. Jordan Gassim and Jake Noble make their way at half-time. Couple of regulars. Can they spark a City comeback? We're about to find out. Lambadaridis for Giannakopoulos involved straight away. Worked it wide for Sewell. Two substitutes combining. Lovely 1-2. Corey Sewell couldn't quite keep it in play. Dandenong City wanting to up the intensity immediately. They must take the game to Brunswick City now if they are to find a way back into the cup tie. Webster, Giannakopoulos. Hegazi picked his pocket, having landed the opener in this game as well. Webster again looked to loft it in towards Atiyu in the channel. Flicked on by Farpoy. Tim's got a foot in. McGlade. Makarunas tried to turn, won a free kick. Quickly for Farpoy. He's looking to fire one into the channel. Chesnick cut it out. Hegazi on the recycle. All the way back for Mooney. He's looking to go along. McCall kept it in play wonderfully well. McGlade can drift his way inside. Goes beyond Chesnick. Switch behind Figueroa. Either him or O'Shawn can keep it in. And Dandenong City, having been defensively protecting on the break, now get the chance to get on the ball and get themselves forward. Lambadaridis hustled immediately by Timms, then by Makarunas, got beyond both of them. Webster. Giannakopoulos, lovely turn. And looked immediately for Chesnick. Cuba. City wanting a fast start. Atiyu couldn't turn it in. Fapoy. Timms cleared it away. Giannakopoulos. Sewell. Lambadaridis. Now for Jackson Lino. Worth mentioning that 3 of Dandenong City's back 4 were booked in the first half, so a tightrope to walk in the second period, and the only one who wasn't was substituted off as Webster seemed to have wore one. Chesnick going. Shouts for handball. Cuba. Lost one in towards the back post. Plant couldn't take it down. O'Shawn couldn't connect with his clearance. Lambadaridis had to retreat. Now fired one in towards Atiyu. Took it down. Ibrahim did well. Skipped his way out of defence wonderfully. Rolled it wide for O'Shawn. Tried to go beyond Jackson Lino. Beat him the first time. Gave away the free kick the second. Whipped wide from Hancock to Webster. Now Sewell. Can see Brunswick City just sitting in a deeper shape at the moment, wanting to make themselves harder to break down, inviting Hajduk onto them as they had so much joy on the break. That's a lovely loft in towards Plant. Lino had a slip and a stumble but kept his feet. And in the end gave away a free kick. Mooney looks long. Trying to loft it into the channel. Hancock did well to win up. Atayu. Back to Ibrahim. Managed to win it down. Lambadaridis for Plant. Had to dance his way through. A couple of Brunswick City protests for Plant's challenge. He kept it going. Lovely 1-2. Atayu. That's a glorious switch for Saul. Rolled it into the channel for Chesnick, who fired it across the face. Tim's in the right place to clear his lines. This is better from Hajduk to start this second half. Response that those here in Frank Holohan would have expected to start the second period. Loading up a long throw. Saul to take. Giannakopoulos nearly flicked it on. Fatboy hooked it up in the air. This could drop for anyone. Mooney came with a punch. Chesnick out for Cuba's curling effort. Just whipping away from that top corner. Would have been a wonderful way for Dandenong City to get themselves back into this game. Drifted over the bar. Mooney. Once again to take. Lino one up. Plant. Couldn't get beyond. Olshawn. Touched it in for Makarunas. Hancock's got to be careful. He is on a yellow. Challenger touch overzealous. Free kick taken quickly. Olshawn's got a yard. Looking to dance his way. Lofted towards the back post. It just flashed it wide of the face. Teasing cross-turn shot. Saul. Chesnick. Just invited McCall in on the press. Saul's long throws just opened up a yard for Lambadaridis. Webster's giveaway. Saul made it work. Chesnick took a loose touch. McCall dived in. Tim's there to mop it up. Farpoy into the channel. Webster and Wong in a foot chase. Back to Maramu. Looks long. Cuba clattered. Wins a free kick. Dandenong City in a hurry to take it. Lambadaridis desperate to go straight away. Left it for Webster in the end. Cuba with Webster now short. Rolls it for Hancock. Webster thought about the diagonal, clipped it into the channel for Chesnick. Chesnick can't work away beyond McCall. Saul. Hancock. Plant. Gorgeous dummy. Lino on the overlap. Olshawn had to time that perfectly and did. Ata Ibrahim took a loose touch. Lino tried to skip beyond. Touch too heavy. Brunswick City goal kick. They are sitting ever deeper to start this second half. They're inviting Dandenong City onto them. And Brad Plant in particular is causing problems. As well as Corey Saul, who's had a lively introduction. Mooney's lob long. Plant let it run. Lino's throw. Cuba. Couldn't get away with it. Timms. Olshawn. Timms just wants to hook it towards McGlade. Saul won it up. Makarunas made it work. McGlade is now on the march. Had Saul to beat, who did just enough not to foul him. Maroon for Saul. Chesnick. And now Brunswick City go on the press. McCall pressing Chesnick. You had to go back to Webster. Hooked it away. Farpoy one up. Wong. This time it's Hancock's turn to hook it clear. Plant wants to make it work. Oh, glorious turn from Brad Plant, who's still going. Figueroa wet it best. Down the line for Olshawn. Tried to go inventive on the back heel. Figueroa obliged him with the run. Dandenong City throw, and for just helping that one over the fence, Figueroa goes into the book. Lino's throw. Lofted in towards Atiyu, had 2 to beat. Spun away from Atay Ibrahim, then tried to chase Timms, gave him a clip, and Kenny Atiyu will get a yellow card for that lunge in. Brunswick City's frustration of Dandenong City. Now just seeing a lot of those in Hajduk white, walking a bit of a tightrope. Still have 35 minutes plus stoppage time. There's still a long time left in this game. If they are to get themselves back into it, they will need to chip away at the deficit. That's a beautiful touch from Figueroa and a lovely ball for Wong to match. Flag has stayed down. Wong cut it back for Hegazi. Heavy touch, Maroon, brilliant save. McCall on the rebound, Webster in the way, but Brunswick City, on their first foray forward of the second half, will have a corner. That was fabulously taken down by Figueroa. Played it into the path of Wong. Hegazi arriving much as he did for the first goal. Late run into the box. Maroon up to the challenge, corner taken, stood onto the keeper. Away as far as Wong, who had a lash. Ibrahim couldn't clear beyond Chesnick. Wong had a stab, it's going to work out for them. Farpoy lofted it in towards Timms. Hancock got up, Atiyu battled. Figueroa took it down, flicked it, Hancock hooked it away. It was another scramble in the Dandenong City area. Atay Ibrahim out for McGlade. Brunswick City have been able to cause chaos from those set pieces tonight when they've got them onto the keeper. As Mooney hammers it away, Wong flicked it on. Flag again stays down. Hegazi face to face with Saul. Back for Wong. Thought about the drift down the line. Gave it to McGlade. Timms. Now Hegazi. McCall continued his run. Chesnick tracked him all the way. A tussle and Webster whips it clear. Cuba caught it down, clipped it for Saul beautifully. His clearance pressed by Timms. Dandenong City keep it. Giannakopoulos. Switch for Lambadaridis, who's got room to drive into. He's got Plant to his left. Uses him. Lino's drifted inside. City wanting to create an overload down that left. Clipped over the top for Plant. He timed his run a touch too early. And Dandenong City want to make another change. Lambadaridis to make way for Will Bauer. And the first change of the night for Brunswick City. Samuel Vesey comes on for Samuel McCall. We wondered when the visitors might shuffle the pack. It is just before the hour mark in a game that they hold a 2-goal lead. Long from Mooney again. Vesey's first involvement is to give it away to Plant, who's been moved inside. Trying to get away from Mills. Now Cuba. Plant. Wong, wonderful challenge. Lofted it down the line. If it sits for Macaronis, he's in. Maroon came a long way, took a gamble, made it work. Webster. Soup. Forced all the way back. Webster again looking to loft it towards Chesnick. Tried to flick it into Saul. McGlade read it best and turned into 3 Dandenong City shirts. Couldn't work himself out of a cul-de-sac. Giannakopoulos clipped it into Plant. That's a lovely roll. Chesnick cutting inside. The flag will stop them all. Brad Plant, who's been a problem in this second half, just went a touch too early. We're about to tick over an hour. Brunswick City still 2 ahead. That first half double at the moment, decisive. Lofted long towards Makarunas, who went up against Webster. Wong. McGlade. It's a lovely touch for Vizzy, tried to clip it over Saul. Chesnick helped him out. Webster. Saul. Down the line for Plant, who was hustled on it by Timms, gave away the free kick. Plant's in a hurry to take it. Cuba. Giannakopoulos. It all the way wide. But once again, that Brunswick City block preventing Dandenong City from advancing further. Giannakopoulos now wants to go an amazing run. Does beautifully well. Bauer. Drifted beyond Figueroa. Bauer strike. Mooney spilled momentarily, but in complete control to claim. Rolled it out for Farpoy. Looked to lift it towards Makarunas. Hegazi made it work. And now McGlade couldn't get it to stick. Cuba has a chance to drift. Saul, who's worked his way inside. Lovely switch out wide for Bauer. Lino's galloping forward if he chooses to use him. Bauer looks to loft it. Chesnick at the back post. It drops for Chesnick. That's a super save. Lino on the follow-in. And they have one back. Now then. Now then. Dandenong City have been desperate. They've been pushing. They've been trying to pry this Brunswick City side open. They have a glimmer. They have an interest. Mooney made a marvellous first save. But it was turned in at the second chance, and Dandenong City now were looking to go in. Just too heavy on the press to give away a free kick. And Timms has stayed down. Worked his way back to his feet, and Brunswick City's bench are getting rather busy. 2 changes being prepped. Will Siamis and Ned McCarthy. Both going to be introduced. Byron Figueroa's night comes to an end. He marauds down that left-hand side. He was on a yellow. And Dylan McGlade. May not be making way after all. Instead, it will be Kamil Hegazi who makes way, not Dylan McGlade. Substitutions made. Ned McCarthy and William Siamis both enter the fold as Lino lumps a free kick away. This is still a position of jeopardy for Dandenong City. But they have an opening. They have a glimmer, they have a chance, and they've got time to save themselves. Carthy's first involvement is to find Wong. And try to slide one in. Webster hit the referee. Have to call it back for a drop ball. Webster now gets a chance to resume. Just by Makarunas. Giannakopoulos does well. Webster. There's a real urgency to these Dandenong City reloads. They had an overload momentarily. Giannakopoulos with a smashing turn. And a lovely ball to find Bauer, who fizzes that switch wide for Corey Saul. That's a smashing ball and they're in. Saul rolled it. Atiyu left it. Pan missed a golden chance. A huge opportunity from a player who's looked most likely since half-time. And they worked it so wonderfully well. Sizzling switch of play. Saul cut it across. Atiyu's dummy. Plant with too much power in the end. Brunswick City blushes spared. How big a let-off for them could that prove to be? In the context of this game. Nose header. McCarthy gets up to Dandenong City throw. Approaching the final 25 minutes. Atiyu giving chase. Farpoy happy to clear his lines. Feel the urgency starting to creep in. Jackson Leno just told to take a couple more yards than he wanted to. We'll take that throw. Read wonderfully. Tim's now on the break. It opens up for Brunswick City. McGlade is gallivanting forward. Timms did well to find him before the contact. McGlade has 3 to beat, trying to fizz it in. Took 2 deflections. Will be a Brunswick City corner. That is that danger, which they still possess on the counter-attack. And as Dandenong City have to commit further forward, you get the feeling those opportunities may present themselves more and more frequently. Crowded 6-yard area. Fizzed in towards the near post. Plant got up well. Cleared only as far as Wong. Cuba got in the way. McCarthy flicked it back. All Sean. Switched it for McGlade. Gorgeous 1-2. McGlade still going. Drifted beyond Leno. Gliding his way through. McGlade's come back. Webster's clearance. McGlade to have another go. This time to stand it up. Giannakopoulos got highest. And Dandenong City, as a result, win a goal kick. Gorgeous work from McGlade. Leno knew he couldn't make the challenge. Otherwise, it would deepen Hajduk peril. Lofted towards Atiyu. Giannakopoulos took that down marvellously. Gave it to Webster. Whipped it wide for Saul. Chesnick down the line. Plants made a darting run into the channel. Wanted to stand it up for him. Farpoy to clear his lines. City causing issues. Saul for Plant. Gave a 1-2. Lofted towards Atiyu at the back post. Touch too tall for him. Bauer to reload. Whipped it in again. This time Ibrahim got up highest. Crucial touch. Saul. Wanted an advantage. We'll take the free kick. Siamis just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Massive opportunity. They wanted to take it quickly! Now then! What on earth do we do here? Protest it should stand. Protest that there wasn't a whistle. Hajduk protest that they waited. They waited enough time. They asked for it. In the end, it'll have to be retaken. The Dockerty Cup at its dramatic best. Protests waved away. Cuba's free kick. May it not matter. Diego Cuba to fire. The wall does its job. Allshawn got an extra touch for good measure. Lino couldn't lift it beyond Wong. It's McCarthy's turn to clear. Scrambling. Macaronis did well to bring it down. Wong had a stumble. Ibrahim lofted it away. McGlade's going to give chase. Nearly one in ahead of Hancock. Sewell. Chesnick. Back with Corey Sewell, lofting into the channel. Looking to find Plant. Farpoy taking no risks. Happy to hook it away for a throw-in. Sort of take it quickly. Cuba left it. Sewell made it work. Wong whipped it anywhere. Maroon came the long way. Webster. Final 20 minutes. With some added on at the end. Sewell trying to loft it. Chesnick battled. Cuba one up. Plant took it down. Chesnick was pursued hotly. Plant wins another throw. Sewell took it quickly. Giannakopoulos tried to cut his way inside, outside. Tim's timed that challenge beautifully. That's a wonderful ball for Allshawn to reinstate a 2-goal lead. That is a brilliant save from Murrum. How crucial a piece of goalkeeping. How important a touch could that be? Allshawn had an option. Should he chose to have squared it, it would almost certainly have been 3-1. Instead, Brunswick City have a corner. The margins as fine as ever. Whipped into the near post. Plant couldn't get any contact on it. Cuba battled. Chesnick on the loft. Allshawn crucial touch. Atiyu was in. Ibrahim couldn't get it beyond power. He couldn't sort his feet out. Siamis just happy to hook it down the line. Dandenong City throw in and another change. We wondered if or when a centre-back change might happen. Nathan Hancock's the one to make way. Gaku Inaba, player who's been ever present in league action this season, is about to get a taste of the cup too. Webster. Tried to hit his channels, it will be another throw. And we just want to change of ball pressure. Officials happy, everyone happy, and the throw-in can now be taken. Sewell with another long one, in towards Atiyu. His flick on for Chesnick, who cuts inside. Chesnick had a look! Mooney made a save. Don't think Chesney caught that as cleanly as he would have wanted to. Mooney was able to gather in the end. Directionally, it was right. Here's loft cut out by Lino. McCarthy and Allshawn has stayed down. It's behind play. Assistance not needed in the end. Lino restarts from a drop ball. Look to hook it towards Atiyu. Far point got up. Cuba and Wong tussled. Lino. Atiyu took it down, clipped it wide. Lovely ball for Corey Sewell. Fizzes in an early cross. Atiyu got up. McCarthy got a touch. Miss kick. Giannakopoulos, the beneficiary, tried to just bend one towards the top corner. Bodies flying everywhere. Cuba's hit off the bar. Took an all-important touch for a corner. Cuba's strike clattered into the upright. Dandenong City knocking on the door of an equaliser. They have yet another corner. Lofted towards the back post. Mooney chose to palm. Sewell's effort. Dipping towards goal. Drifting just wide. Quarter of an hour. Quarter of an hour remains. And there is no telling where we go from here. There is no telling where this ends up. Lino with a free header. Plant tried to flick it on. Cuba. Chesnick. Oh, lovely footwork. Chesnick got beyond his man, drifting down the line. Tried to take on one too many. In the end, Vizzy just happy to see a throw in. Giannakopoulos. Cuba. Gaku and Arba. Now Webster. Wanted to loft it for Sewell. Cleared well. Macaronis. McGlade. Gave Macaronis one to run after. More of a pressing ball than a teasing one. Inaba. On the switch, wanted to find Bauer. McCarthy taking no risks. Happy to concede a throw again. Lino to take it quickly. You can feel the urgency. You can feel the desperation. Giannakopoulos for Lino. Cuba. Now Bauer. Can he work away inside? Giannakopoulos. Thought about the shot. Gave it to Chesnick. Webster. Teasing ball in towards the back post. McCarthy let it run. We approach the final 10 of a cracking cup tie. Brunswick City's first half double enough right now. Dandenong City have clawed one back. Hajduk have hit the upright. They've done everything but find an equaliser since getting one back. Brunswick City have had their chances. Allshawn with a golden look one-on-one on the break. All to play for. Who claims that spot in the next round? A great finish beckons. Does it stay as is? Do we find a leveller? Do we see extra time, or do we see a turnaround of unimaginable, of unbelievable proportion? Plant's certainly trying to make things happen. Deflected strike. Mooney backpedaling. Made sure he claimed. Rolled it for Farpoy. Another Hajduk change being prepped. As Farpoy hammered it on the switch, gave it away. Is he going to gift Dandenong City an opener? Ibrahim making sure the door stayed shut for now. One final change. Yaqub Mustafa. Comes on for Chesnick, a man he's played for Wollongong Wolves, South Melbourne. Hume, Bentley Greens, and a Perth Glory under-21 product. He's provided a spark to this City season. Can he find an equaliser for them? Is he the key to unlock the door? Is he what they've been looking for? Lino's loft in. Mustafa's first involvement, tried to touch it into the path of Atiyu. McGlade cleared his lines. Makarunis did brilliantly to hold it off. All Sean ran out of room. Lino, Giannakopoulos, time of the essence. Webster. Bucks it wide for Saul. Fired one in. Wong's clearing header. McGlade got up for a second. Eventually lines clear, only as far as Webster. Plant. Drifting into the channel. It's Bauer, cut it back across the face for Cuba. Touch too heavy for him. Giannakopoulos tried to make it work. Alshon there to clear his lines. Lino to reload. Lofted in again. Ibrahim with the clearance this time. McCarthy capitalising on Webster's loose ball. Alshon has now got options through the middle, one on the far side. Tried to drift inside, Planu timed his challenge to perfection. Can Hajduk go the other way? Bauer gallivanting, beyond one, beyond two, it opens up for Bauer. Options in the middle, drew the keeper. Atiyu on the press kept it alive. Giannakopoulos. Cuba. Opened up, Webster's drive. Bodies in the way. Saul stood it up to the back post. First flick, Plant on the volley. Fires high and over. Another Hajduk look hooked over the bar. They are building immense pressure. Brunswick City are withstanding an onslaught right now. 7.5 plus stoppage time. Floodlights are shining bright, but they can see the brightest light of all, which is the one of the next round. Dandenong City wanting to dimmen that for them. Not the clearance Webster had in mind. Brunswick City will reload with a throw. And it's just precious seconds that tick down. Dizzy's throw. Once Makarunis instead looked for McGlade. Corey saw one up. They will do it all over again. Dizzy again down the line looking for McGlade. Saul had a stumble on his turn. Dandenong City protest. They wanted a free kick. We have Brunswick City throw, but over in the dugout. Officials to converse and a yellow card issued to one of the Dandenong City bench. It wasn't the manager, Throw in taken. Siamis. Right now, Brunswick City happy to have it in the corner. Vizzy's throw again. Wong took it down and opens up. Siamis! Huge! A massive chance to maybe, just maybe, book their place in the next round. It opened up for him. He went for the top corner. Fired over. That is a huge let-off. It keeps Dandenong City alive. Webster for Mustafa. Can he conjure something? Plant. Fisted in. Atiyu's flick! Mooney got down. The flag was raised. It wouldn't have counted anyway. That is how quickly your fortunes can change. Chance, golden chance, missed at one end. An opening for an equaliser at the other. Mooney again, look long. Macaronis dubbied it. Webster's touch. McGlade will come away with it. It's whipped wide for Mustafa. Dandenong City wanting to utilise him. Cuba with a quick 1-2. Mustafa going again. Wants to work it all by himself. Webster lofted it for Atiyu. Ibrahim got up. McCarthy made sure again. Can Hajduk find one more opening? Looking to be fizzed in. Towards those runners at the back post. Cuba couldn't pick anyone out. Brunswick once again. Just take some seconds off, survive another scare. Not long until we find out how much we have added on at the end. Lino. Looking long for Bauer. Has McCarthy to beat. Bauer twisting, turning. McCarthy stood his ground and then won a crucial free kick. Brunswick City right now just doing enough. That is all they need. Ibrahim aiming, channel. Lino's flick up. Macaronis. Olshawn tried to work it into McGlade. Ibrahim away from Atiyu. Webster's touch. Saul. Mustafa. Webster. Plant tried to make it work. Siamis cut it out and then got it back. Lovely flick from Vizzy, who has Mustafa to beat. Cuba comes to join him. Corner is their friend. They win one instead. If something were to come from this, it would be huge. McGlade is the short option. They're going for the corner. Crafty clip into Wong. Macaronis. Olshawn. Wong. Or do they want a third? Timms. Olshawn. Lovely 1-2. Timms to finish it. Flashes it wide of the face. Flashes it across the face. Another let-off. Does it come back to burn Brunswick City in the dying embers? Final minute of the 90. Timms had Wong as the short option, wanted a channel run. Lino let it run for Inaba. Forget the kitchen sink. The whole house has to be thrown by Hajduk now. Giannakopoulos. Just slowed down. Every challenge, every touch crucial. But wide for Corey Sewell. Kept it alive. McGlade hammered it anywhere. Siamis wanted it down the line. Cuba. Tried to fizz it in, nearly worked out. It will work out for all Sean. And they can ice it. Lino's touch. Makarunas, McCarthy's far side. Rolls it to him. Gave it back to Makarunas. They could end it. McCarthy had a drive. Cuba driving away. Wanted to find Bauer. 5 minutes of stoppage time. As Timms and Brunswick want to maybe, just maybe, put an end to it. Hugging the corner. Hajduk throw. Taken with the amount of pace and the amount of urgency you'd expect. McCarthy with a huge challenge. Tim's happy to hold it up. It will be a free kick. Brunswick City on the cusp of a famous win. Nearly a decade since they last beat Dandenong City. They are less than 5 minutes away. We are into stoppage time. 90 and then some played. Mustafa tried to hook it in. Plant on the drive. McCarthy to come away and clear. Lino, the only one back. Bauer. What can they work? Inaba's shot cleared. Massive clearance from McGlade. Brunswick can go. All Sean's on the run. Lifted over Lino. Bauer with a huge recovery. Won the free kick as well. Feel the urgency as Bauer will get a talking to. 2 Brunswick City changes being prepped. Two coming on to see it out. Kuzmanowski for McGlade. And Stamatakos. Comes on for Makarunas, whose goal right now for Brunswick City is proving to be the match winner. We're about to tick over 93 minutes. Lofted long. Shouts for handball. Webster goes down. Lino wins it up. Brunswick City on the break. They're all in their own half. What an introduction. It could prove to be for Kuzmanowski. Gave it to Wong instead. Corey Sewell on the block. Inaba. Down the line for Bauer. Atoy Ibrahim with the block. Throwing quick for Sewell. Wanted to loft it for Webster and Atiyu. Plant won it down. Siamis. All Sean will run for the corner. Lino timed it perfectly. Mustafa rolled it inside. Cuba. Saul's got room to drive into. Giannakopoulos came wide. He's gone on the switch for Atiyu. Once again, they do enough. Cuba. Fired it into the box. Long, Mooney claims. That, maybe that. We may be about to have our 95 up. Dandenong City have thrown everything they possibly can at it. Are Brunswick City about to hold on? For yet another cup set, for a famous win. Mooney lumps it as long as he can. Saul wins it up. Giannakopoulos flicks it on. McCarthy cleared, throw-in taken quickly. This has to be it. Webster loses out. Brunswick City can see the finish line. They can see the next round. Inaba. For Saul, it's now or never. For Dandenong City, hooks it towards Atiyu. McCarthy again. Crucially up. Watch is beginning to be checked. Atiyu. Ibrahim, plant. Won it up. Timms will hook it anywhere. A long throw. Is this it? Flicked in towards Inaba! Penalty! Dandenong City penalty! Can you believe it? Can you believe it? With the last second of the 90. Dandenong City with a chance to save themselves. Drama till the very last in Dandenong. Are we about to see extra time at Frank Hahn, a night of fantasy in its final chapter? May just have a twist. Atiyu. Fires on the level! And we may well be heading for extra time. Mooney got a touch. It was not strong enough. Kenny Atiyu is the Dandenong City hero. Dying embers when they needed it. And we will have another half an hour. Simply stupendous. A seriously special cup tie in Dandenong is not done yet. When you thought they were down and out, when you thought they were out completely, the exit door open. Dandenong City found a way. At the end of full time here at Frank Hahn, we're headed for extra time. Dandenong City 2, Brunswick City 2. Brilliant. Just simply brilliant beyond words. How do you put that into words? Ridiculous right until its last second. Kenny Atiyu with a crucial cup penalty sends a game that has had it all to some way, somehow, find yet more magic, yet more drama. This is why we love this game so. Who holds their nerve? In extra time, who holds their nerve? We've got half an hour. If we can't be broken after that, it will be from the spot. The most unimaginable of cup ties, the most unimaginable of cup climaxes. And yet, the script is not finished. Whose ink, whose pen will write the final, the most telling word? We're about to find out. We enter extra time, half an hour. Who has it? Who dare go and win it from here? Brunswick City looking to make a fast start. Early Hajduk nerves, perhaps. On a night of hardly believable football. Where the impossible has become reality. Taken long towards Atiyu. Tim's wins up. Wong battling with Cuba, who will win a free kick. Webster to take. Him and Lino, who have both been booked, still out there. In Arbour. Now Lino again. Atiyu in the channel, goes for Bauer. Face to face with McCarthy. Bauer twisting, turning, winning a corner. Two early looks, one apiece. The shot flashed wide, a corner taken quickly in Arbour. It's a scramble again. Mustafa tried to have a hit. Lino had a slide. It couldn't break for Atiyu, and Brunswick City have a goal kick. The intensity has not dropped a jot. Mooney, long as he has done, all leave. Look for all Sean. Cuba just flung a leg at it. Giannakopoulos didn't win the first, chested the second down, and then lost out to Siamis, who plays a teasing ball out to Stamatakos. Siamis, Olshawn. Wong in Arbour with a foot in, crucially. Dandenong City cleared their lines. McCarthy to take. Quickly thrown in for Wong, who was able to drift away and drift inside. Gave it back to McCarthy. Now Farpui. Worked it wide to Vizzy. Siamis fizzed it into Olshawn, who took it down well. Ibrahim. Clips it for McCarthy. Nearly opened the door for Bauer. McCarthy tried to work it into Wong. Inaba alert to the danger. Dying seconds of regular time, we had our leveller. And now in extra time, both sides have had a couple of early looks. It's about who lands that all-important punch, who holds their nerve. Farpoy looking to go from distance. Got a good piece of it, maybe too good. It flashed over the bar. Yet another goal kick. Taken quickly for Corey Sewell. Mustafa, been lively since being introduced. Sewell once more. Webster. Inaba. Dandenong City shifting into that 3 when they have possession. Bauer. Lino, hustled. Tried to clip it back. McCarthy took charge. Wong. Searching, switching ball. Inaba was the one who read it best. Cuba, who's dropped deep to construct. Sewell. Lofted into the channel. Mustafa went. Farpoy read it best. Siamis did well. Timms. Tried to work their way out of it. Mustafa. Giannakopoulos. Sewell. Webster. Inaba. Skipped inside Allshaw. Gave it to Cuba. Now Lino, who's got a whole left-hand side to himself if he fancies. Lino drills it in low, it's cleared. Only as far as Inaba. Giannakopoulos. Thought about the turn. Went back for Webster. Giannakopoulos again. Fizzed it into plan. That nearly a lovely turn. Was read wonderfully well. And Brunswick City might be able to go on the break. Siamis has it open up for him. Tried to roll it for Stamatakos. Siamis got it back. Inaba went down. Appeals for handball. Allshaw fires in. Unbelievable. Allshaw didn't give it up. Found it. Sorted his feet out. And rolled Brunswick City back in front. Brilliantly taken. Absolutely brilliantly taken. And in a game that seesawed in the most topsy-turvy of ties, Brunswick City tipped the scales towards them once again. The goal Dandenong City dreaded. The goal Brunswick City beckoned for, hoped they were bestowed with, they now have it. And it is all on those in white to do. Lino. For Bauer. Can they work? Bauer drifting beyond McCarthy, who made the challenge. Goal kick. Still 8 minutes plus stoppage time left in this first period alone. Allshaw leaving Hajduk in all sorts. A twisty Tuesday Cup classic as Mooney goes long and Inaba wins it up. Atayu did battle with Ibrahim. Siamis couldn't get beyond Cuba but kept it. And a yellow card. Diego Cuba issued into the book. Tightrope is still there, ever present. Just waiting to tip one side, one down, and change the complexion completely. McCarthy down the line, Lino's header, Bauer. One in ahead of Siamos. Wins a free kick. And once again, Dandenong City have to play with urgency. Marum looking long for Atiyu. Got a good jump at it. McCarthy won it. Mustafa wanted to go the long way round. Mooney off his line rapidly. Claimed. Farpoy fired it into Mustafa. Atiyu giving chase. Offside flag raised in the end. Brunswick City were playing with fire in that situation. That one goal lead, although it feels massive at the time, is as slender a margin as they come. One blink, one moment, one loss of concentration, and you find yourselves back where you started. McCarthy. Sarmis. McCarthy going again beyond Bauer. Kept it in wonderfully. Twisted away from Lino. Lost out. Had to give it up. Be Lino's throw-in. Marum. Just lumped it long. Fapoy with a free header. Lino. Stamatakos into his back. Lino back to his feet. Dandenong City free kick. Corey Saul over it straight away. Box loaded, tried to clip it in towards Bauer. Saul will get another go. Lofts it long towards the back post. Atiyu wanted to win it up. Flicked it on for Mustafa. An option to beat. Mustafa cut inside. Vizzy in the way. It didn't run out of room and the net is clear. Mustafa clipped it. Nobody could quite get up. Saul wanted to rebound. Skipped inside Sarmis, who had a slip. Crucial. Crucial from Kuzmanowski in the way. Lino hustled by Stamakos. Brunswick City throw. The belief back for those in blue. So easy it is to have it sapped from you being on the end of a late leveller. Twice in a matter of days. Dandenong City have been involved in something like that. It was heartache on Friday. It was temporarily ecstasy. On a Tuesday night where tempers are flaring, Giannakopoulos goes into the book. McCarthy. Kuzmanowski. Sarmis trying to work his way round. Lino just lofted it anywhere. Timms did well. Flag raised. Instantly. Inaba to take it quickly. Call back, and this time leaves it for Marum. They still have a second period to find a third leveller. Inaba chested down. Flicked it in towards Atiyu. Farpoy got up. Kuzmanowski cleared. Webster. Atiyu. Timms went down. One went long. Webster hooked it away. Saul tried to keep it in. Cuba made it work. Webster. All the way home for Marum. They go out the other side through Inaba. Fired it into Plan, who took it on the turn, dragged back. Kuzmanowski in the book. Tactical though it may be. Time of the essence. Time, the factor that matters most right now. Inaba. Bauer. Fizzed it into the area. Atiyu Mustafa got up. Plant tried to flick it on. Cuba's volley over the bar. Half chance, but a chance. How many more can Dandenong City create? How many more can they conjure? As we're about to tick over 105 minutes. Extra time's first period drawing to a close. We had our deadlock broken in it. As quick as you would like, Brunswick City went forward. Allshawn opportunistically picked up the second ball, rolled it ever so coolly into the bottom corner. Dandenong City need a goal in the second period, or they will be out of the cup. For Brunswick City, they are on the brink of something scarcely believable, but something that has become the reality. Extra time of half time at Frank Holohan. Dandenong City 2, Brunswick City 3. Talks made, troops rallied, a quarter of an hour to go. Of one of the most dramatic Dockerty Cup ties you could possibly imagine. Brunswick City lead Dandenong City by 3-2. They have 15 minutes to save themselves, and Brad Planter's drifted in behind almost immediately. It ricochets out for Saul. Tried to stand it up for Cuba. Took a touch, couldn't get beyond Timms. He will happily hook it anywhere. A touchline will do. Taken quickly for Saul. Giannakopoulos. Inaba. Now Lino, who has played every minute along with Webster. Inaba. Spears it out to Saul. That's a lovely ball. Corey Saul to whip one into the area. McCarthy did enough. And not for the first time tonight. It deflects off the referee. Brunswick City are on the brink. A club with over half a century of history are on the brink of one of their most famous nights. Less than 15 away. From a win which would transcend more than many thought possible. Siamis wanted to keep going. Allshawn hit the floor. Mustafa tried to keep it alive but couldn't. And it would be a decade in the waiting to beat Dandenong City. Timms. Drifting, driving, firing. Maroon made a smart save. Looked long immediately. Bauer let it bounce. Farpoy got up and under. Corey Saul unlucky. Bounced off his head for a Brunswick throw. You can feel the urgency, the tension, the drama in this place right now. Stamatakos just running out of room. Saul for Webster, who lofts it into the channel. Farpoy up first. Hooked away by Timms. Inaba. Giannakopoulos took it on the turn, worked it back. Mustafa. Is there some magic that he can make? Giannakopoulos fizzed it. Wonderful ball. Bauer took it down! Is that their look? Is it their look? Bauer caught it wonderfully. It just didn't have the lift on it, the dip on it, to find a way under the bar. Dandenong City knocking on the door. Mooney looks long. Webster flicks it on. Atiyu might be in. Didn't win the first or the second. Giannakopoulos for Bauer. Wanted to twist and turn, won a corner. And they all go up. Lino, the last man. Corner fizzed in. Dangerous area. Flick on. They wait for a flag that never comes. Bauer tries to stand it up again. Mustafa wanted to be in there. Ibrahim made the save. And it'll be a free kick. Atay Ibrahim, a crucial touch as ever. And Brunswick City just find a way to scrap out a few more seconds. Not long. Webster goes up again. Atiyu just hooked away by Farpoy. Stamatakos will go into the book for that kick away. And Maroon will take quickly. Lumps it long for Atiyu again. Timms, anywhere will do. Wong did well to make it work. McCarthy tried to clip it down the line. Inaba. Wong drifting inside for Allshawn. They could ice it. Rolled it into Stamatakos, who touched it round Saul and fired it over. That may have been it. Always get one look, maybe two. Long for Bauer. Brunswick City throw. Taken quickly, Stamatakos. Cuba slide. Atayu pressing Ibrahim. Cuba again. Try to fire it into the channel. Vizzy to clear. Inside the final 10 minutes of a terrific cup tie. Cuba. Is there one more twist? Which way does it fall? The Brunswick ice it. Do they hold on or do we head for a shootout? Saul's throw. Taken down by Giannakopoulos. Plant. Turns his way out of trouble. Shifts it onto his left. Fisted in for Webster. Brunswick City free kick. Farpoy back on his feet. The seconds are precious. They tick away as they do. Mooney long again. Cuba wins it up. Giannakopoulos hooks it wide. Bauer gives chase. Has McCarthy to beat. McCarthy stood firm, it's a throw. Taken quickly for Giannakopoulos. Tried to fizz it in only to the edge. Wong with an important clearance. Timms hooked it for Allshawn, who at the moment is the match winner. He's got Lino, who's still on a yellow. Allshawn waited for his options, drifted inside, skipped beyond two. Tried a third. Saul in hot pursuit, gives away a free kick. A shove in frustration from Saul. And Brunswick City now. May very well be looking for the corner. Timms took it for Tsiamis. It opened up momentarily. Webster and Wong. A go from Kuzmanowski. Coolly claimed by Maroon. Rolled it for Giannakopoulos, who skipped beyond Allshawn, just lofted it towards Mustafa and Atayu. Another throw. Giannakopoulos back for Plant. Tried to clip one in. Kuzmanowski again clearing. Cuba. Lino. Sits it up. Murray claimed. Atayu went up with him. Murray spill. Webster to turn it in. They've done it again. They have done it again. Jack Webster with a goal of Dandenong City wonder. The one they craved. The one they wanted. They are still alive. What more could you ask for? What more can this cup tie deliver? Simply stupendous. Who wants to go and win it? They got 5 minutes from here. Brunswick City want to make the first go. Stamatakos offside. And Matt Marum will go into the book amidst the most dramatic night of football. Will we be greedy to ask for just one more goal? One more moment from a night that's given us so many. Mustafa is looking to provide it. They couldn't, could they? Skip beyond everyone. Lino. McCarthy cut it out. Are Brunswick City daring enough to go and give it a go? Wong. All Sean. Inaba did well enough. Taken quickly for Webster. Saul thought about the long ball. Lofted it for Plant, who's stolen a yard. Has Mustafa advancing with him. Plant kept going inside. Turned himself out of trouble. Found Mustafa. Couldn't stand it up beyond Vizzy. Cuba. Mustafa again. Stamatakos hot on his feet, wins it. Doesn't go beyond Webster. Stood tall. Mustafa to reload. Lofted towards Bauer at the back post. They want a handball against McCarthy. Bauer to roll it. Penalty shouts waved away. Thrown quickly for Vizzy. There's a man down behind play. Cuba. Giannakopoulos. Webster. All the way wide for Bauer. Lino. They couldn't, could they? Nearly dropped for Atiyu. Tim's in the right place. Cleared it. And now, only now, will there be treatment, and can we take a breath? Two minutes. 2 minutes before a penalty shootout. 2 minutes away from the ultimate test of nerve. Do we have a winner? Or is the most dreaded, the most nerve-wracking, the most tension-building way to decide a football match going to be the way that this one must be settled? Throw flung into the area. Webster got up again! Mooney got a hand to it. Olshan can lead the break. Skipped his way beyond Cuba, who couldn't bring him down. They couldn't go again, could they? Olshan had three around him. Skipped inside, stayed on his feet. Somehow, some way, kept going. All appeals waved away. Cuba hooked it. Atiyu got up. Mustafa couldn't win it down. Vizzy. Mustafa hustled him. Came away with it. He's looking to take them all on. Is there one more throw? McCarthy. They couldn't, could they? Flag stayed down. Stamatakos tried to hook it back in. Webster. 30 seconds. Lobbed it for Bauer. Ran out of room. We may be heading for one. It may be time for a shootout. Merely seconds remain. We are going to penalties at Frank Holohan. You cannot believe it. Just when you thought it was finished, Jack Webster found a way to draw Dandenong City level. And it will be the cruelest way to settle it. The only way this cup tie could be settled. Full time at the end of extra time. We're going to penalties in Dandenong. Dandenong City 3. Brunswick City 3. Football at its dramatic best. Football at its poetic best, and it is about to be football at its cruelest for one of these two teams. We could not be separated after 120 minutes, so penalties it must be. I don't think anybody, when they came here tonight, expected we would end up here. What a wonderfully wicked way to round out just the most dumbfounding, the most unbelievable Dockerty Cup tie. We've had moments of magic, moments of drama, moments of madness. And now we are about to have all three and then some rolled into one. The penalty spot. Dreaded for some. A place of composure and calm for few but for others. Kenny Atiyu, who converted a leveller in the dying embers of stoppage time, is going to be first to take. Already converted one tonight. How on earth is your nerve? Atiyu steps up, fires the first in with conviction. Super penalty to start. Early advantage, Dandenong City. For Sion Farpoy, it is now his turn to take the long walk. Maybe the longest walk in our game. So much on every taker's shoulders. So much riding on each kick of a football. Farpoy to return serve. Fires in. Maroon went the right way, but he did him for pace. 1-1. And now Will Bauer. Substituted on. Has been lively, has been involved. Now he takes on the responsibility, he takes on the burden. Trying to draw Dandenong City back ahead in the shootout. It is Bauer's take. It's saved! Mooney gets down! And all of a sudden, Brunswick City are buoyant. Brunswick City can take a giant stride. An opportunity for the advantage. When it's presented them so far tonight, they have not wasted it. Dylan O'Shawn, who must have been sure he won it, can now take a step towards doing so. O'Shawn scores! Drilled low and hard. Brunswick City 2 for 2. Mustafa next up. A player of pace and trickery. Introduced to the fold later on in proceedings tonight. This might be his most crucial involvement. Mustafa's take, scores wonderfully. Cool as you would like. And McCarthy wanders his way to the spot with it level. With the opportunity to put Brunswick back ahead. McCarthy's take. With time, fires it into the top corner. That is a marvellous penalty. 3-2 Brunswick City. And so far, all have been so composed and so cool. Now it is Gaku and Arba's turn. 3-2. Not getting to the stage of having to score, but we are not far from it. If you wanted a pressure penalty, this is the one. Dandenong City's Dockerty Cup journey may well depend on it. A long drawn breath. In Arba's take, scores wonderfully. Fizzed it into the back of the net. Mooney goes the right way, but is done completely for pace. Such a calmly placed penalty. And Ethan Sarmis now has the chance to put it on Brunswick City's terms. They will be in control of their destiny if he scores. Sarmis fires it in! Hajduk have to hit the net. Nothing else will suffice. And it is Giannakopoulos to keep them in it. He cannot miss. It all may come down to this. Giannakopoulos to keep Dandenong City alive. Scores with aplomb. Such a calm penalty under the most immense pressure. How cool is that to keep a pulse? But it may matter not. It may be Atay Ibrahim's turn to have the final say on a night that's given us everything. A game that has beggared belief from minute one. Advancement beckons. A famous win is on the cards. Ibrahim to win it. Hits the bar! And Dandenong City are alive! Can you believe what you are watching? This is why we love this game. When we ask for just one more moment, time and again it delivers. When the simply stupendous becomes the reality. When the unthinkable unfolds before your eyes. Brad Plant Now has the chance to make it advantage Dandenong City. To have Hajduk within one. Buries it! Absolutely buries it. And so, the long walk is to be taken. The responsibility is to be bared. It is to be bestowed upon Kobe Timms. Possibly an armband moment in the making. He has to score. Otherwise, it is one of the great Dockerty Cup comebacks to keep Brunswick City alive. It all hinges on Timms. It's saved! Dandenong City have done it! The most unbelievable of nights had the most dramatic of endings. Euphoria, absolute euphoria for those in Hajduk White. Heartache and despair for Brunswick City, who gave it their all. They threw everything at it for 120 minutes. Throughout the spot kicks. But Dandenong City did enough. They managed to do enough. One of the greats. A cup classic in every single sense of the word, in every feeling of the word. A wonderful game. A truly wonderful game from start to finish. Finally, sadly, has to come to its swan song. Full time after extra time of Frank Hahn, it was 3-3. But Dandenong City prevail over Brunswick City on penalties.